The term Big Lie originated from Adolf Hitler's book Mein Kampf. In this book, Hitler accused his political opponents of using this tactic. He claimed that these opponents blamed Germany's loss in World War I on a grand lie about German weakness. Ironically, Hitler himself would later become the most infamous practitioner of the Big Lie. This technique, central to Nazi propaganda, involved spreading enormous falsehoods. The Nazis believed that people were more likely to accept a colossal lie, especially if repeated frequently. The Nazis' Big Lie strategy preyed upon the human tendency to believe something if it is repeated enough. Joseph Goebbels, Hitler's propaganda minister, was a master of this strategy. He understood that constant repetition could make even the most outrageous claims seem plausible. This approach allowed the Nazis to manipulate public opinion and build support for their agenda. The Big Lie was not simply about telling lies, it was a calculated strategy with specific characteristics. First, the lie had to be enormous, almost beyond comprehension. This made it harder to dismiss as a simple mistake or exaggeration. Second, the lie had to be repeated constantly through every available channel. Newspapers, radio broadcasts, speeches, and even everyday conversations became vehicles for disseminating the Big Lie. Third, the lie needed to tap into existing prejudices and fears. By playing on pre-existing anxieties, the Nazis made their lies more palatable and easier to believe. Finally, the Big Lie demanded absolute consistency. Anyone who dared to question or contradict the official narrative faced swift and brutal consequences. This combination of factors made the Big Lie a frighteningly effective tool of manipulation. One of the most prominent examples of the Big Lie was the Nazi claim that Germany was stabbed in the back in World War I. This lie, peddled relentlessly by Hitler and his cronies, blamed Germany's defeat on internal enemies. Jews, communists, and liberals were scapegoated as traitors who had undermined the war effort. This Big Lie served a dual purpose. It deflected responsibility for the defeat away from the German military and leadership. Simultaneously, it fueled resentment and hatred towards the designated scapegoats. Another example was the myth of Aryan supremacy. The Nazis propagated the idea that Germans were a superior race destined to rule over inferior peoples. This lie, based on pseudo-scientific theories, served to justify the Nazis' racist policies. The persecution of Jews, Roma, and other minorities was presented as a necessary step in safeguarding the purity and superiority of the German race. The Big Lie had a devastating impact on Germany and the world. It enabled the Nazis to seize power, consolidate their control, and justify their atrocities. The Holocaust, the systematic genocide of 6 million Jews, was built on a foundation of lies. The Big Lie, repeated endlessly, dehumanized Jews and other victims, making it easier for ordinary Germans to accept or ignore their extermination. The legacy of the Big Lie extends far beyond World War II. It serves as a stark reminder of the dangers of propaganda and the importance of critical thinking. Understanding the mechanics of the Big Lie is crucial in identifying and resisting attempts to manipulate public opinion. By recognizing the hallmarks of this dangerous technique, we can better protect ourselves from falling prey to its seductive power.